There once was an old man who had to make a choice. He had lived a good life, but he still had to choose. Would he take the chair on the right, or would he take the chair on the left? They're both chairs. They both stay on the ground. They're very similar, yet they're very different. This is a chair, and that's a chair. And there are other chairs. Those 4 chairs are similar. These 2 chairs are similar. But the old man had to make a choice in which chair he would sit in. Now he's already spent a lifetime spending it and sitting in all of these chairs. But today he had to make a final choice of how he would spend the remaining years of his life, or the remaining time of his life, in which chair. Now, this chair had a cup holder, and this chair didn't. None of these chairs had any cup holders. So these chairs, that all look the same, were made for the purpose of having large gatherings. They were made with the thoughts and the intentions to have people come over and celebrate, sit around a large table and enjoy the weather. And then one day, this chair showed up. This chair wasn't even a chair. Why was it outside? The old man asked. These chairs he had already known how they work. He was even impressed about the way they could stack amongst each other if they had to, so that they could all go together and be stored during the wintertime. He was amazed how these could collapse, but this particular chair was so much different. He didn't understand the concepts of it. It was smaller in structure. And he looked at it, and he wondered what the purpose of that chair was. Then he realized, just because this chair was different, he understood that this chair had special abilities. This chair, as he walked over to it and turned and sat down, he realized it was comfortable. He could sit there, and surely he would be able to hang around, be entertained by his friends. He could move it over to the table if he wanted to. But then he started realizing it was a very sturdy chair, even though it was smaller than the rest. It had ability that he could climb on it and use it like a ladder. So this chair had a versatility to itself. He thought. It's very interesting. This chair, he could stand on it if he needed to. This chair he could rely on, and he would know that he wasn't going to get hurt if he fell off of this chair. These chairs he already learned his lesson on. He knew that the stability of them wasn't that great. He knew that if they were in a soft ground, that they would collapse just because of the sharpness of their legs. So he realized that these legs were very similar to the legs over here. He had to make a decision, however, how he was going to spend the rest of his life and what he would choose. He thought to himself for a while, These chairs he could share with his family. So he made the decision, and he wrote on a note that these chairs would be sent to the young kids so that they could take them and have them, and they could party, and they could sit around campfires, share stories, and maybe even talk about the old man one day. Then he thought about this chair over here. And he realized that his life was pretty much used up, and that the advantage for this chair, he would decide to give it to one of the people of the community, that did a lot of work helping other people. Because he figured the versatility of this chair would continue to work and do outreach and helping people. So then his decision came as he pondered around the yard, and he thought, well, he'd remember this chair and where it had originated from, and the years of time and everything that had gone by, and like himself, it had become completely worn out. The other chair that was with it was gone. It had actually fallen apart, become kindling for a fire, so that those chairs could sit around and enjoy. So this chair was the next to be used as a fire chair for the lineup. It would probably be burnt that night. So then it came down to this. He thought about the significance of these two chairs, which you could sit in and enjoy life. And he had decided that this chair here would be the one that he would take and enjoy, as his wife would sit alongside of him, and they could sit in comfort, peacefully, as they listened to the neighbors cutting firewood. He sat down and reclined in his chair and looked up at the tree and said life was good. The end.